Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 24 of the Quillpen's Quips Knitting and More podcast. I am Betsy, also known as Quillpen on Instagram and Ravelry, which is where I am most active. If you follow me on either of those, there's also the podcast itself has an Instagram account and also a group on Ravelry that you can join. And then that's how you can participate in the threads and the cows, which I will talk about in just a minute. That's also where you can find links to the episodes as well as links to the show notes, which is on my blog. The blog is www.quillpensquips.com/blog. And that is everywhere you can find me on social media. This is a podcast about knitting mostly, with a little bit more thrown in, including sign language, because I am severely hard of hearing and we use signing in our family, so I do it on the podcast. So welcome to any new viewers. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for hanging out with me and giving part of your day to hang out with me and chat about knitting and other things. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I enjoy so much getting to chat with you about these things that I love, and hopefully you love too. So get your knitting and whatever else you want, and we will get started. I'm going to start by talking about cows because I always forget. So if you join the group on Ravelry for the podcast, Quillpen's Quips Knitting and More podcast group on Ravelry, we have 2 cows, and that's for knit along. We have 2 going. One, they're both year long. One started in January and finishes in December. The other started in April and continues through April of 2018. So the first one is the Just Do It cow. That's for anything that you haven't tried yet, that you want to try. If there's a new cast on you want to try, or a new stitch type, or if you've never done a garment, if you want to try an afterthought heel on a sock, whatever. It's very flexible. The rules are very flexible. So anything that you've just never tried before, that's new to you, just do it, try it, and put it in the thread for that cow. There will be prizes, and that goes all year. So there's still plenty of time to finish things and get them in. So that's the first one. The second one is the Coffee with CC cow, and that is related to CC Allman, who is Java Pearl Designs, and I tend to talk a lot about her designs because I like them and I do them often. But she has 2 books out. That the first one is Coffee with CC. The second is Coffee with CC and Dammy 2, which is her daughter, and together they published a second book of coffee inspired patterns, mostly socks. There's a shawl, there's mitts, there's different things. So the cow is any of her coffee inspired patterns that you knit and put in the thread makes you eligible for a prize. So that the book was released in April, so it continues through April. So there's a full year to get as many of those patterns done as you want, and just include them. So those are the 2 cows. I finally remembered to talk about them. So please join the group. finish your things, get them in, and there will be prizes, which is fun. We have some great prizes available, so definitely want to look into those. Also, along those lines, on Instagram, on the podcast's Instagram right now is a giveaway. So it's Quillpen's Quips podcast on Instagram. I'm giving away a skate. I should have brought it down to show you. I am so sorry. Look at the picture. I tried to take a good picture where the colors are as accurate as possible. I'm giving away a skein of Woolen Vine yarn in the Enjoy the Silence colorway in the Volca base, which is her MCN. So it is soft and beautiful. It's my favorite colorway of hers. It's my favorite base of hers. So I'm giving away a skein. So to enter, you have to follow the Quillpen's Quips podcast on Instagram, and you have to tag a friend in the comments that might be interested in trying to win as well. So that is going on right now. The entry finishes on Monday, which is September, what is that, 4th? Labor Day, that Monday. It'll be over. The commenting will be over, and I will draw a winner, and then I will send you a free skein of beautiful yarn. So please, please, please join in that if you're interested. I think that is all of the administrative stuff I need to do. So now I can show you fun things. First, we will start with what I have finished. Okay, I'm gonna save those. First, I finished the color pooling cowl for my mom that I partially showed you. I think I was knitting it at the time of the last episode. I finished it, I blocked it, I gave them both to her. She is happy. It still was weird. The color pooling didn't work out well on that second one, but she's happy, so good. So I tried another color pooling, just a simple color pooling on a new type of yarn. So this is what it came out as. So obviously I just pooled the colors. So this yarn is Ba in the La Hala base, in the blue Hawaiian colorway. Blue Hawaiian. And I love it. I haven't woven in ends, so there's ends places, but I think it's really cute. It's simple, but I like it, and I didn't stress about making the color match for the ribbing, so it kind of blurs at the very edges, and I love that. So that's finished. So I think I've learned a lot about making the large pools of color and how to make that work and how to make it work on different yarns with different numbers, all the math, the formulas. I think it's easy to make that work. The struggle happens when you're trying to make a design with the planned color pooling. And that's more difficult and more person specific and makes it harder to just make a generic pattern, is what I'm finding so far in my experience. Then when that was finished, I cast on my Jamaica yarn that I spun with my drop spindle for Tour de Fleece recently. If you look back at some episodes, you'll see that. And this is what happened. I just knit the whole thing. I just kept going, and it's simple. It has a little ribbing at the edge, but it's just stockinette the whole way because I really wanted to show the yarn and just let the yarn do its thing. And again, I haven't yet woven in, but so it's just this big scrunchy cowl. I love it. The color is much more vibrant in person. It is a dark, rainy, dreary day here, and my light is not helping the colors come through. But I just love it. It's just everything I wanted it to be, and I'm so very happy. And it's going to be perfect for winter, and with a coat, it's going to be great. I just think it's so cool that I made this from start to finish. So that's that. Then I finally made okay, well, I don't know if it's gonna focus well, but so it's just a little sock. I made it on the super small quadruple zero DPNs that I got from Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. And I'm just putting them on my sock blocker earrings that I also got at Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, but different vendor. These are Rajkovic Designs. I might be saying that wrong. Her first name is Brenda, I think, but I will put the information down here. It's rajkovicdesigns.com. I think she has beautiful stitch markers, shawl pins, just different things. Different things that are really pretty, really cute. I love her. I love her stitch markers. So she makes these earrings. And then I just made the mini socks from Stash. You might recognize the yarn from my husband's Denver Broncos socks. So it's just a really mini sock. And I think actually next time I might try to cut out 2 stitches. I think I did 12 around. I kind of made up my own pattern. I did basically exactly what I would do for my socks. I went toe up and did a short row heel and did a little ribbing on the cuff. And then that was it. So I think I did 12 around, but I think I might back it up to 6 or to 10, which means I would, because I cast on 8 and then increased to 12. But I think I might back it up to casting on 6 and increasing to 10 and doing 10 around and seeing how that goes. Then you just put the wheels on. And then so it's fun. I'll wear these. I'll wear them for the rest of the podcast. So that was a fun short knit. I just one morning the baby was sleeping longer than normal, So I had, 30, 45 minutes and just decided to start. And they were so fast and so easy and just fun. So those are my new earrings. And I plan to just make a bunch of little mini socks, and then I can just trade out with whatever. So I finally made those. I know some people were maybe waiting to see if I actually did it, but I did it, and it was so fun, and I'm gonna do it again. So that's everything that I finished. What is on right now is the thing for our UFO challenge. Now, I had told you last episode that it was between two things. It was either the shawl from the Yoth Magpie Girls Road Trip 2016 kit, or what's the name of the sweater that I'm making with the meadow yarn and the beautiful lace panel. Anyways, it was the Yoth Magpie. Was the thing that was drawn. But if you finish your thing and the other thing, you get an extra entry. So I'm gonna try. We'll see. I'm for sure gonna get this one done. And it's going fast. Okay. This is the yarn. And this is mosaic knitting. So it's really simple. It's really simple. You think it's going to be hard and it looks complicated, but it's not. It is so easy. You just slip the other color. It's very simple. You're knitting, it's as if you're knitting stripes, but for the color you're not using, you just slip it and it makes the picture. It sounds complicated, but I promise it's not. If you've never done it, just do it and then put it in the cowl. Okay. So that's it. So I'm just now switching. You can see I started with the dark, and then this mosaic has the dark as the sort of the background color, and the light's sort of the front ground color, foreground color. Anyways, and so I'm just now switching that so that the lighter color is the background color. And then it will transition into only light, like this. Here it will be just this. So I'm about halfway done. It's going very fast. It's very quick. I'm doing this on my Haya Sharps. I'm doing it on a 6. I think the pattern called for a 7, but because I had a limited number or a limited amount of yarn from the kit, and I tend to be a loose knitter, I decided to go down one size just to make sure that I had plenty of yarn. And I like the fabric that this is making. So, I'm happy with the 6. So I'm staying with the 6 for this. And I love my Haya Sharps. So it's so funny because I keep saying I'm loving this project so much. I'm enjoying it so much. I don't know why I didn't knit it before, but I know exactly why I didn't knit it before. Last year in the summertime, so I bought this in May at last year's Maryland Sheep and Wool trip. And I got home and I had been cast in a play. I was doing a play, and so I was knitting during rehearsals, as you do. So before Maryland Sheep and Wool, I was finishing my breathing space sweater. And then at Maryland Sheep and Wool, I started my digital socks. Say that. So I finished so I got home, rehearsals were again, and I was finishing the digital socks. And so then I finished them, and so I brought a new project to rehearsal the next day or whatever, next night to start. And it was this. And I'm sitting there because I had a small role, so I had a lot of knitting time at rehearsals. And I'm starting to cast on, and I feel nauseous. And it was that moment when I didn't want to cast on this because it made me sick that I realized that I was pregnant with baby number 3. So I think I went home that night and told my husband, I think I'm pregnant. Anyways, this was that project. And so then, even though I was able to knit while I was pregnant, more so than other pregnancies, it just didn't want to. I had that memory attached to it that I just didn't want to do it. And so it just got put off and put off and put off until finally now I'm doing it and I love it and I'm so happy with it. So that's what's currently on. I will soon be finished. I might be finished before the trip. We'll see. So that leads to what will be on. What will be on is socks, plain socks for the trip. My travel knitting. You might know, if you've been watching the podcast for a while, that I am a monogamous knitter, but I'm flexible with that within different genres or types of projects. So there's knitting, there's crochet, there's cross stitch, so then there's gift knitting is its own thing, and travel knitting is now its own thing. So I will be doing socks out of, this is the white birch, Nothing Says Screw You Like a Rainbow color. Pretty. It's just fun, cute, happy yarn. So I will be caking this up soon because I actually want to do the toe, finish the toe before I get on the flight, so that I can transition to, I do my toes on DPNs, and then I switch to my 9-inch circulars for the rest of a plain sock. So I want it on the 9-inch circulars for the plain. So I'm going to get past the DPN part. Hopefully. I just don't want to have to be dealing with DPNs on traveling. So this first. But then I was out to dinner last night with a friend, and she said, you know, if I were going to have that much knitting time at a conference, and I knit the way you knit, meaning me, she said, I would need to bring more than one pair of socks to do. She's like, you're going to finish your socks because I make small socks and they're short. Not cheater, just short. And I knit them, I'm going to knit them pretty fast because they're plain. And I realized that she was right. She was right. I need to bring more than one yarn. So this is my plan because I like this and it's fun and it's cute and it's happy and I want it. So that is first. Second is going to be my sock blank. I bought this a while ago from Cactus Yarn Studio on Etsy. And it says, do more of what makes you happy. So I'm going to bring this. This will be easy to pack. And then if I finish the rainbow socks, I can do this. So that's the plan. But I'm not done. Okay. Another genre, if you will, is test knitting. So I have joined a test knit for the wonderful Kendra of Aster Fiber Company. You can find her group on Ravelry. And she's recently done 2 new patterns for these really cool cowl slash bandana things. I don't know if she has a name for them exactly, but it's a cowl, so it connects around, and then it comes down into a triangle shape like a bandana, and it's got lace patterns. They're both really pretty, and she wears hers a lot, and they always look good. They're really cute. So I was not able to test knit for the first one, but I'm going to test knit for this one. It's called Wormwood, so be on the lookout for that. But I am using this. This is Juniper Moon Farm yarns in the Moonshine base, which is 40 20 wool alpaca silk. So it's really soft, really pretty, and it's really pretty gray. So I'm excited about that. So I'm also gonna bring that just to get started and have another option, because it is a test knit and there is a deadline, a due date. And I think even if I didn't knit on the trip and came back, I would still have plenty of time to finish it. But it's better to be safe and go ahead and get started. And just in case something comes up either later in my personal life or something comes up in the pattern that I have to ask questions or get clarification or something, it's always better to have plenty of time with a test knit. So I think I'm going to bring that. So that is what will be on. Now I have some acquisitions. So I have one of the podcasters that I watch and really enjoy is Stacy from Stress Knits. And she also has her own yarn dyeing company, and she sells on Etsy. So I've been watching her podcast for a year or two now, and she's just struggling. She's got some hard personal life stuff going on, kind of overwhelming. So, but she's still podcasting, she's still dyeing yarn because it makes her happy, and when she's stressed, fiber arts is what helps her. So she's been updating her shop, and I saw a skein that I loved, so I snatched it up. So this is Stress Knits. This is her squishy sock, which is merino, nylon, and gold cashmere. So an MCN. This colorway is birch, and it's cream. They're kind of brown, but then there's a little bit of orange. I don't know if you can. Where's a good? Great, maybe you can see right there. I don't know. Anyways, there's orange. I promise. There's orange in there too. I just love it. It's so pretty and it's so soft. This will be in a shawl of some kind. I'm thinking maybe something with brioche. Especially like a darker, like maybe this with Woolen Vines, Grim. Oh, that's more black than brown. I don't know. Anyways, I just think it's really pretty, and I loved it, and I wanted to show support for her and just say I love your podcast, I love your yarn, and I can't do much to help, but I can buy pretty yarn and say thank you so much. And so, and she's going to be at Rhinebeck, so I'm hoping to see her and say hi. So, anyways, that's that. Got that yarn. And then remember way back about a year ago, well, not even, probably like 6 months ago, I said something like, mystery knit-alongs have no place in my life. I'm done with mystery knit-alongs. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, that was a good joke, huh? I almost believed myself. I bet you believed me. I bet you did. Yeah, we were both wrong. No, I decided to jump into the new Stephen West mystery knit-along. The Speckle and Pop. Not only did I decide to join it, I decided to buy a kit from Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam. Now, I was wavering on my decisions, so I missed out on my first and second top choices, but I got my third. So I ordered from their kits from their shop in Amsterdam, and it arrived in 4 business days. I was shocked. Like jaw open, shocked. And it came with this tote bag. Big. It also came with stitch markers and a sticker that says, West knits are the best knits. And then my kit. So the pattern that sounds like it's going to be a 3-color fade. Like everyone in the world right now is doing a fade of some kind. I guess I'm doing that too. A speckle. Yeah. And then it adds in smaller pops of color. So my 3 speckle. Right? They're really pretty. I am really happy with them. I love them. This is, they're all skinny singles. Skinny singles. That would be skinny singles. This is Bramble. This is Artifact. And this is Juniper. Okay. This one has a lot of pinks and browns. They're really pretty. And so then my pops of color are 5 mini sock minis. This one is Coral. Sorry, can't spell ever. I don't fingerspell much in everyday life. I find some way to sign it instead of spelling, but on the podcast, I'm trying to be more specific and clear. So, Coral. Pucker. Orange and pink, bright. Kid you not. It is that bright. Rusty nail. And villain. So together, and I can see each of these colors somewhere in one of these. I actually really love it. What am I thinking? I even had a friend who was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I didn't listen. I just did it. I just did it. Maybe I should put it in my own cal. So I will be doing that. I haven't yet decided for sure if I'm going to do it as the mystery part or if I'm going to wait until they're all released and then just knit the whole thing. But knowing me, I'm going to do it as the mystery. It's what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen. I don't even know. I think the first clue gets released the end of September, I think. Maybe the beginning of October. I don't know. But I'm going to do it. So maybe I'll be working on that at Rhinebeck. Speaking about Rhinebeck, I wanted to show you. Okay, so I'm going to Rhinebeck. Like everyone else. It's my first year. I'm very excited. And I am planning on going to the podcaster meetup. And I wanted to have something to sort of give away as just a little bit of sort of advertising for my podcast to help people get to know me and my name, my podcast, and just help them to remember me. Something unique. So I found these awesome charms on Etsy that I could buy in bulk. And I am making progress keepers or stitch markers or whatever you want to call them with a quill pen. Isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness. I love it. So if you're going to Rhinebeck and you're watching this podcast, come find me. I'm going to have about 150, I think. Come find me and I will give you one. And you can have your very own Quillpen progress keeper. Isn't that so cute? So that's my special unique thing that I am bringing to Rhinebeck to give away. So if you see me, ask me for one. You probably won't have to ask. I'll probably be like, hi, have. Anyways, so that's fun. Okay. I think that's it for the fiber section of the podcast. So if that is the only part that you are interested in, that is totally fine. I understand. And thank you so much for watching. The next section will be just about me and my life and what's going on right now. So you are welcome to join for that, or if not, that's fine, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Okay, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks since I last podcasted. So I think I'm doing good on my 2-week schedule now. I kind of got way off during the summer, but now I think we're getting back into a schedule. Last week was a little bit rough. We had a 24-hour bug hit the house, but each kid on a different day. So it was really like a 3-day bug plus me 4 days. So that was a little tough, but we managed. We survived, and now I am off. I feel like I'm already like mentally in vacation mode. We finished the week. This recent week we were all fine and healthy and it was good. But today is Saturday, and tomorrow my mother and father-in-law arrive, and they are staying for the week because my mom and I are going to the conference, the essential oil conference. And so my husband's parents are coming to stay and watch the boys during the day. Andrew will be home in the afternoon and night, like normal when work is finished, but for the daytime, so that we can go. But Monday is a holiday anyway, so I'm off. Like we're just having fun now. So I have to get ready to pack. I mean, okay, I've got my knitting projects planned, and I've got my books together. So I'm basically done packing. I mean, I've got everything important. I put a couple, three books on my Nook. I mean, I have a lot of books on my Nook, but I put 3 new ones so that I don't have to bring books because we're flying, so I don't want to have a lot of weight. So I'm just bringing the Nook. I'm not gonna bring any books. So like I'm soon gonna finish the first in the Seaside Knitters Mysteries, which is the Death by Cashmere. I'm gonna finish that one soon, and then I have the second one on my Nook to read, and a few others. So I'm excited about that. So I just have to pack my clothes. That shouldn't take long. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a week away, kind of a mommy break. I'm looking forward to the conference and seeing friends. We're gonna meet up with a lot of people that we're friends with or that I know, especially from the essential oil business, but that I haven't seen in a long time. So that'll be fun. And we found a yarn shop in like right near where we're gonna be staying. So we've already like contacted them to see how far, can we get a taxi? Is that easy, or an Uber or something, and go see the shop? So that'll be fun. So I'm just ready to chill and relax. It's a lot. I can't wait to come back and tell you all about it. I think that's really it. I think that's it. That's exciting to tell you. We've been still doing school every morning. Even when this boy was sick, he wanted to do school. So every day we did his worksheets in his school. He's doing really well. I don't know what is good in preschool. Can you be bad at preschool? I don't know. But he's doing well, I think. He's having fun, so that's good. I think that's it. I think that's everything I needed to tell you. So I am going to go and enjoy the rest of my weekend. I hope you do the same. Enjoy your holiday. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Happy knitting. Bye.